How's it going, guys? This is John Armour reporting with Tunnel Vision Sports. I'm here today. We're joined by a former professional boxer, one of the most respected trainers in the sport, Johnathon Banks, a protege of the legendary Emmanuel Stewart. Banks carried the Kronk legacy into his own career and now works with some of the best fighters in the world. Today we'll talk about his journey from the ring to the corner, and of course, we'll get his thoughts about, well, the biggest probably super fight in boxing, Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford. How's it going with you, Mr. Banks? How's everything with you, brother?
Everything good, man. I'm just always on the go. That's all. But
Absolutely, absolutely.
other than that, everything good.
Man, it's an honor. It's an honor to get to chat with you. You know, you're boxing royalty and you come from a great line in boxing. So I just appreciate
Pleasure
you
is
taking the
mine.
time out, man. I appreciate you.
Ain't no problem, man. Anytime.
Absolutely. I want to kick this off with just simply because it's around the corner. Canelo versus Crawford, right? That's the talk of the town. That's the biggest fight. Kind of gearing up here. I want to start with, pretty much as a trainer, how do you break down a potential matchup between Alvarez and Terrence Crawford? What is your professional breakdown?
Well, for me, it comes in a matter of styles and ability and what each fighter chooses to do. Now you got a guy like Canelo. Canelo has the power, meaning he has the star power. He has the name, he has the reputation of being able to get the win. And Crawford, he just came into his biggest star power. His fight with Earl Spence crossed over to not everybody know who he is. So he has that. So in my opinion, if Crawford makes this fight about skills and only skills, not power, just skills, then I would pick Crawford to beat him to Crawford has the edge on the fight. But if Crawford make it about just power,
Okay.
just one punching power, Canelo has been doing that for the last 6 or 7 years.
Absolutely.
Just
Absolutely.
catching one punch. So Canelo is honestly better at that because Crawford has never had to do that before.
Absolutely.
So Canelo has been doing that a lot longer. So if he make it about power, let me show you my power. Then I give the edge to Canelo because I don't see Crawford being able to hit Canelo um, in the head or the chin and actually hurt him. A lot
Mm.
of people disagree with me on this, but I'm asking you, one of the biggest punches in the sport was Triple G, and he hit Canelo in the chin several times,
Mm-hmm.
and he didn't go nowhere. So
Nope.
you telling me that Triple G can Crawford's a bigger puncher than Triple G? No,
Yeah, no.
ain't no way in the world he is.
Absolutely
No
not.
way in the world he is. So okay, we got that check mark. That as far as he could take a punch. So therefore, in my opinion, the best way for Crawford to leave with his hands held high to leave that ring is if he make it about skills, not about power,
Mm.
because skills will outdo power like all day long. Like just take a look at Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yep.
Take a look at him. Matter of fact, you can even look at Floyd to tell you skills outdo power.
Absolutely. From based from your analysis there.
Like, not,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You kind of lagged out. Say it one more time.
no, go ahead. It's okay.
Oh. No, I was saying based from that analysis, as you're saying, skills outweigh the power and the pure talent. You know, because some people like several boxers. I mean, we could go through the Bronx Bomber and everyone. You know, a lot of people rely on sometimes that power, but when they fight someone with skills, it usually translates. So with that being said, from the breakdown of your analysis, does it? It sounds like you sound like a Shakur fan. It sounds like you're a boxing purist and you really enjoy the skill and art of boxing. I feel like a lot of people steer away from Shakur Stevenson slightly because of the power and because a lot of people are calling him a boring fighter and whatnot. However, can you speak to some of his strengths as well?
shy away from Shakur Stevenson because I feel he's a born fighter. Shakur Stevenson is not a purist boxer. He's more technical than he is a boxer.
Gotcha.
I don't see him as a boxer because it's not like he's because okay, if I'm thinking of about a guy who knows how to that he got his rhythm, he got his movement, he got the way he's shaking at you, and he also can catch you with shots, and he know how to put foot pressure on you, to how to make the ring smaller so he could come walk you down to hurt you. That's not Shakur Stevenson's style.
Gotcha.
That's not even what he looked like he's trying to do in the ring. So
Mm.
I don't look at him just as a pure boxer. I'm not saying he can't box. I think he's a very talented kid. So I don't so I'm not looking at it in that shape, form, or fashion. But if I'm saying somebody knows how to box, then that person needs to really know how to box. I need to see you moving your feet and being able to come in and out and come with angles to really start boxing people. And if you know how to box, then you know how to use your distance. You know how to create your distance for your arm length and all that stuff. So
Mm.
all that comes into that category. I believe Terence Crawford knows how to do these things.
Absolutely.
And I believe if Terence Crawford start outboxing Canelo about the sixth round, he's going to start getting desperate, and Terence Crawford can have a chance to either hurt him or to just make a bigger lead. Because by the eighth round, Canelo's going to be looking for a knockout.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like most power fighters, they kind of let you win the first couple rounds, and then they start gearing up after they think they figured out in about the seventh or eighth. Is that accurate?
I mean, Canelo is a guy who don't mind giving away. He don't. It's not so much that he's giving it away. He don't mind letting you punch on his arms to tire yourself out
Yep.
the first couple rounds to,
Yep.
to see what's going to happen. He did it with so many guys. Hopefully nobody falls for this stuff again, because it's typical. This is anytime somebody is not trying to throw punches right back after you hit them, then it's that there's a sign. The sign is they're trying to get you to punch yourself out.
Absolutely.
I mean, look at this is the first one that ever did it that was popular was the Thriller in Manila.
Yeah.
That's the first one that ever did it. Like no one, everybody said, why ain't he punching back? Why ain't he punching back? So anybody to do it in this stage in the game now, it should be recognized for what it is.
Absolutely. But you spoke something specifically about, in-game adjustments, right? And as you kind of said, Canelo kind of comes in with a game plan, and that's his game plan throughout the fight. You're not going to see too many adjustments or switch ups. However, Crawford, we've seen him make in-game adjustments. What do you think that's going to be the determining factor throughout the fight, or do you think it's simply just a matter of attack and how it's executed throughout the fight? Because, like you said, I mean, it sounds like Canelo is going to come out and do what we've seen Canelo do, but really the question is, what is Crawford going to do at 168?
And I think the bottom line is one portion. You're right. Canelo's going to come out and do what Canelo's going to do. Um, I believe that this fight will tell us all the type of um the type of fighter we all want the type of fighter we want Terence Crawford to be, or the type of fighter Terence Crawford wants to be.
Mm.
So with that being said, what type of adjustments will Terence Crawford make? It's not, and the thing about it, it's not too many adjustments you have to make. It's not like he's fighting a guy that makes a lot of adjustments.
Yep.
He's not fighting someone who make a lot of adjustments. Canelo has been the last 5 to 6 years, he has been fighting everybody the exact same way.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
So my question is, since he's been fighting everybody the exact same way, what's gonna be the difference this time? What adjustments do he have to make if he's been fighting everybody the exact same way? So Crawford won't have to make no adjustments on the far skill wise.
Gotcha.
He just gonna have to make adjustments on the part where um he need to know how to move around and slip his opponent's power shots. That's the main thing. You don't want to get caught early. Number one, you don't want to get caught early. Number two, you want this man desperate by the time the 6 or 7 round come. So if you are desperate by the time 6, 7 round come, then Crawford can catch Canelo with more shots.
Yeah,
He can
yeah,
catch him with more openings
yeah.
because now he's desperate for a knockout. That's basically how you want it. So he got in my opinion for Crawford to win. He just got to be defensively sound and let his hands go. And I think he'll beat Canelo in a 12 round decision. It's not like it never happened before. Two people did it, right?
100%. 100%. 100%. I want to slightly transfer from you having success and finding success at a professional career to kind of your trainer life, right? You had a successful professional career yourself. What was the hardest part about transitioning from being inside the ring to guiding others outside of it?
I guess the hardest part is, a fighter is the do it yourself type of person. You know, it's not like it's almost to the point where um a doctor, they could give you a checkup, but he ain't coming in till the nurses do their job.
Mm,
That type of thing. So when the coaches, the coach have to wait. The coach is the doctor. They have to wait for the nurses to do their thing so they could come in and help. Because the doctor's there to help. They ain't there to do everything. And the fighter is the person that he look at it like, okay, this is my life, my show. I'm here to do everything.
absolutely.
So I mean, it's a different, to me, it's a different placement, but I look at it different overall because of the person who put me in that position, which is the late great Emmanuel Stewart. So everything I do, as far as coaching, I do in honor of him.
Speaking of carrying his legacy, early in your career or early as a trainer, you stepped in the spotlight, of Emmanuel Stewart when he passed, and you took over Vladimir Klitschko corner. Looking back, how defining was a moment for, how defining of a moment was that for your training career?
And that was a defining moment for my whole entire life, man. My life was changed at that moment because I wasn't a coach that was already coaching. Like you talking about somebody who I've never coached nobody before.
Absolutely.
That wasn't my first fighter. They gave me, like Emmanuel gave me the heavyweight champion of the world. And he said, let that be your first client, first fighter to coach. So, I mean, in 1996, I had just started fighting. I won the Detroit Golden Gloves in 1996. And at that time, Vladimir Klitschko was winning the Olympic gold medal. You know what I'm saying? So the
Absolutely.
experience is like head and shoulders above.
Absolutely. Night and day.
But
Completely.
like I said, when it comes to boxing, I'm happy I was able to be in that position. I'm happy I was able to do it, and it's just the whole system, the whole situation came from me being just loyal and being around Emmanuel. So I was able to be around all those other people, and I was able to learn from them as well.
Speaking of learning and just being around Emmanuel and being around all these great fighters and a lot of boxing legends, what lessons from specifically Emmanuel that still stick with you today, even that you take when you're working with other fighters?
Everything is all in your approach, how you look at the fighters, how you conversate with the fighters, and the way you look at them it's a certain way you look at them, and there's a certain way you talk to them where you can get the assessment that you need of so you can give them what they need. So that's the one thing about it. It's a very service type of act to see what another person may need. So that's the main thing about it, is making sure the fighters get what they need. Now sometimes they get what they want, but most of the time you want to make sure they get what they need.
Absolutely. You know, with you, it seems like you're one of the few because a lot of fighters struggle after retirement. Let's be clear, whether it's financially, whether it's in life, whether it's just kind of finding that next aspiration. However, for you, you found success in training immediately after fighting. For you, was training always the plan, or did it grow naturally, just completely out of circumstance?
I never planned on it. I mean, I never thought about retirement, so I never thought about training.
Mm,
I it was it was it was it was something that was asked of me, and I said okay. It's something that came to me. I didn't chase it. I was in the right position. I always tell people, especially young people, if you keep yourself in the right position, um, you'll get what you need. It's like you getting yourself in the right position for the rebound. Always in the right position so you can get the rebound. You keep yourself in the right position, you'll get it. You'll be able to get the things you need.
yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
that was something. Me being in that position, I was able to accept what was what came my way, and I thought twice about it. I said, I don't know if I want to do this because I still got things I want to do, um, I never. I make my decision with no regrets. That's how I've always been, and that's what it is.
Yes, sir. I want to slightly transition from here, because of just your boxing history and the rich boxing history that you do have and people you've been around. I kind of want to get your opinion on the state of boxing and the fighters today, right? You've trained heavyweights, middleweights, and everything in between, essentially. Do you think boxing is in a good place now with these super fights being made, or is there still a lot more to do and a lot more to go?
I mean, it's a lot more to do. It's a lot more to go. But the what we call super fights. Super fights are good. I'm not saying nothing negative about them. But will they happen more often? Um, it's like you got three different states of boxing right now. Right now, you got the amateur level,
Yep.
which is they trying to take out the Olympics. You got the pro level in America, and not in America. You got the Saudi level, which they trying to make a league out of it. And if they make a league out of boxing, um, that's gonna put a whole new spin on the sport. Because if you sign that league, they trying to make it like basketball, and they're trying to make it like UFC. UFC are the least paid fighters out of all combat sports. I mean, unless you're a superstar, you're not really getting no money.
Mm,
And that's how they trying to make boxing. They trying to make sure the money goes back to the corporations and not the fighters. Because that's what they keep saying. They keep saying they make it in boxing like UFC. The
mm,
big fights. That's all they care about is the big fights. But no one cares about these guys can't make rent, but
mm,
they getting ready for a big fight. So I just think it takes the independence away from the fighters. I mean, you will have a selected few that are stars in the sport. They are always gonna be good.
correct.
But what about the person that's turning pro? Nobody knows, and he ended up losing his pro debut. Could you picture someone starting this league and he loses his pro debut? Do you think he have a chance to go for another to keep fighting and become world champion?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Right. His name is Bernard Hopkins.
Ooh,
Lost his pro debut. If it was a lead, they would have dropped him. We wouldn't have heard nothing from him.
good
You know what I'm
point.
saying? So
That's a
so
big
that
one.
so that's what I'm saying. You got a guy, you got a guy who just took a gamble and went to Tokyo for a fight. He said he was ready. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? He just buried his people, so he said it was ready. But I mean, we don't get Buster Douglas' story without the boxing being how it is.
100%.
We don't get that story.
What,
You know what I'm
what
saying? So
what would you say to because I hear that and there's a lot of validity to it because you're absolutely right. When it's kind of like top heavy and everyone else doesn't matter, not only does it kind of stifle the funneling and stifle the growth of the sport, but it also just kind of makes whoever's the most popular, and no one else can grow.
right.
Now, with that being said, there's the other side of that where a lot of people felt like the Floyd and Manny thing and big fights should have happened years ago, where a lot of people
But
kind of
look at
thought
this.
and ran.
So what?
I'm sorry.
So what? If that fight should have happened years before, let's say it should have happened years before, but it did. So what? I feel that Riddick Bowe should have fought Lennox.
Yeah.
But guess what? Riddick Bowe threw his belt in the trash and said, I ain't fighting him. Did Lennox Lewis career get stumbled because of that? No.
Mhm.
So just because the public wants to see certain fights, and if the fight don't happen, it's the same public that didn't see those fights years ago. They still looking at the sport now. So they haven't lost nothing. They ain't lost nothing.
True. I mean, but
And a lot of people assume that one fighter is ducking another fighter, but if you're not getting paid a good amount of money,
mhm,
why take the risk? Each fight could be your last. You don't know. You don't know what fight can be your last fight. So with that being said, the goal is to get as much money as you can for each individual fight.
100%.
I don't see a problem with that. But when you start this league stuff, they won't be able to negotiate. No, they will have no power to negotiate. Absolutely none.
I see what you're saying. So, while the public may be happy, they don't see the other side of this thing where the fighters are losing independence and the fighters
Exactly.
are losing.
They not looking at the other side of it. Number one, they're not looking at the other side of it. And number two,
They really,
um, just because two fighters don't fight, don't mean that the one was scared of the other.
mhm,
May have not made financial sense.
the business. There is a business side of this thing.
So that's
People
what they're
just
trying to delete. They're trying to delete they want everybody to forget about the business, but
absolutely,
not one person that has a job is gonna forget about their paycheck to go do overtime.
absolutely not.
Nobody's gonna do it.
Absolutely,
So, but you expect fighters to do it, but nobody's gonna do it. I think, I don't think it's right to do that. And at the same time, with that being said, um, that's what most fighters will take in consideration that
absolutely,
most people won't think of because they're not in that arena to say his promoter don't want to lose his best. He don't want his best guy to get another loss because of XYZ.
absolutely. There, I mean, these are factors to take into account, and it makes a lot of sense. Speaking of, I want to give you the opportunity now. Outside, we just talked about the top guys: Canelo, Crawford, Shakur. I think we briefly mentioned Tank as well. Are there any fighters you're working with right now that you believe fans should kind of keep their eyes on, or are there just any exciting fighters out there that you've seen that you are really kind of keeping your eye to?
Man, man, my guys I'm working with right now, those the guys they already been world champions and already defending. I mean, Badu Jack just got his world title back. They stripped him and then they put him in recess. Then he fought for it. Now he got the title back. Um, you got Eubank Jr. about to take another fight with
Mhm.
um with Conor Ben. So I mean, I got a few guys going. Nobody close to title. Nobody up and coming close to title contenders yet.
Okay.
But I'm just looking at the whole landscape. Let's see what I'm just trying to see what's gonna happen with these guys that's looking to start this league and how much they go set back the state of boxing, or will they push it forward?
Mm.
I'm not saying I just think for a guy to be in prison and to have a chance to fight as a second chance in life was completely insane. There's nowhere else he could go. So he chose to fight, and boxing accepted him, and boxing gave him everything he have to this day, which is Mike Tyson.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you won't have no more stories like that. You know what I'm saying? How many basketball players um took a chance and came to a game and just so happened to start to play and their life changed? That don't happen. You know what I'm saying? It just don't happen in the league. It don't happen in the league. That's all I'm saying.
No, I mean, what your perspective and just your insight is unbelievable. And I think for the audience at home that does get to view this, I think you brought up a lot of valid points, man. And Jonathan, I just want to thank you so much for your time, your
Hey
perspective,
man, it's my pleasure.
and your journey is a proof that boxing legacy is carried forward and not just fighters in the ring, man.
My pleasure. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. I want you to continue to keep doing great things in the corner, and you'll always have supporters here at Tunnel Vision Network,
I
brother.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.